Hey guys, today I would like to continue to develop the principles in a way that prevents us from really changing, evolving, being free of ourselves, and obviously the key to change that. Okay, so um, there is one point, one critical point, which is we know that obstacles are in our head most of the time. You know, the real obstacles that really prevents us from really changing, our life. It's in our head. We know that. We know that, but despite this knowledge, we don't really change things. Why that? That's the big question, okay? Because we can't just, as I said yesterday, look at that objectively and say, okay, I don't feel that I can do that. I don't feel I can change and so on. But I know it's only in my mind, and objectively, there's no reason why. And if I just continue to say to myself this and continue to have this talk with myself, I'm going to change. It's going to be more and more obvious, and the feelings are going to fade away because it's not relevant at all, okay? So why don't we do it? There's one big reason. Most of the time we feel we don't really deserve much more than what we currently have in our life. Much more than that. The real big obstacle is that most of the time when there is really something we want to change, when there is a big obstacle in our mind, it's because we are ashamed of who we are right now. So maybe you're going to say, yeah, no, it's not the problem. But the thing is, look precisely at the moments where you would like to change your behavior, where you would like to feel you are someone else, when you would like to be able to express yourself in one way or another much differently, much more. Okay, look precisely at this moment and look at, the real, well, the part of the problem that is the obstacle is in my mind. Why don't you want to look at that and stay with it? Stay with this awareness and look at it and say to yourself, let's be objective. That's the key. Let's be objective. Despite what I'm feeling, let's be objective, and let's be more and more aware that everything is just happening in my mind. So obviously I know I can change that. It's just a feeling and I can change it. If you just look at that, and if you are more and more aware, because you really look at it and have this talk with yourself, you're going to be more and more aware of this reality, and things are going to change. And exactly at this moment when you're trying to do that, there's a lot of moments where you're going to feel not at ease with this talk, not at ease with this, kind of conversation you have with yourself. Making yourself aware that yes, it's on my mind, and what I'm feeling is not the reality. You're not at ease with saying that, with this awareness, because you really feel you are what you feel, and that makes you ashamed. And that's a vicious circle, because if you don't look at it, you continue to, in a way, live through these negative emotions, negative feelings. This false reality is just in our head. We really live subjective lives. We know that most of the time we are very, very subjective, not objective at all, even if we think we are very objective. We're not looking at the reality as it is. We are looking at the reality through our mind, which I don't develop that too much, but we know very scientifically how the brain works this way. It's just, if you've studied marketing. Marketers know very well how you make a decision to buy or not to buy. It's not objectively. The objective mind comes in the second time. It's first everything through emotions. So it's very, very important, very critical, huge. So why don't you want to change, to look, to be aware at, the problems that is just in your mind? And if you make that more and more aware, you're going to change it, because it's going to be part of your reality, that it's just in your mind and it has no power, by itself, because you feel ashamed of who you are right now. But it's not who you are, it's who you feel you are. That's why that's really a vicious circle. It's not who you are, it's what you feel you are. So you take too much into consideration what you feel, and you believe what you feel you are. It's not the truth. So look at that. Look at these moments when you feel shame, you don't want to change your reality in your mind, you don't want to imagine that it's possible for you to be much greater, to behave much better in a certain situation. You know, try to imagine the best for yourself and look at the unease that is created at this moment and be objective. The key is to be objective. Why? Why this feeling? It has nothing to do with reality. I know it's just a feeling. It's not objective at all. Look at that. And shame has never any reason to be there. Okay? Why would you be ashamed? I know we learned that when we were very young, very probably. You know, we learned that we had to be ashamed of certain behaviors, certain thoughts, and so on. But when we grew up, we have to relearn that, you know, to review all that and to realize there's nothing to be ashamed of. Everyone is experiencing life their own way. Yeah, if the experience, it's, you know, your behavior, if whatever you're doing doesn't please you, just change it. But you don't have to be ashamed of anything at all in your life. So just look at that, and anytime you feel ashamed, be objective. It has no reason to be there, and look at it. If you look at it, the shame is going to disappear and to fade away. Okay? So that's really a big key to change, is to look at what makes us feel ashamed and, you know, disavow that, disagree with this feeling. Okay? So try that. Let me know what you think of that. What are the results for you? And I'll talk to you very soon. Have a great life. Bye-bye.